So hello and welcome to another post-match show. I'm Bevis Tripathi and joining me for this one is Bharat Ramraj, Sneshish Mukherjee and Shaurjani Chatterjee. Once again, we had a high-scoring thriller at Ahmedabad. Obviously, it didn't go to the last ball, but comprehensive, a thumping win by Sunrisers Hyderabad in front of their home ground. And this win obviously takes them to the top of the points table. And this team now is looking like one proper title contender and looking very dangerous at the moment. The way they started, obviously against Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, then Ishan Kishan came in. Although he struggled at the start, Heinrich Klaassen struck the ball beautifully right from the start and he eased out the pressure on Ishan Kishan and that allowed him to take some time and then he completed his half century. Heinrich Klaassen got to half century. SRH dropped multiple. Punjab Kings dropped multiple catches and that proved to be costly. Whether it's Heinrich Klaassen, Ishan Kishan, both struck half centuries. The way Nitish Kumar Reddy, we were talking about this in the pre-match as well in the build-up to this game, that how he has flourished as a finisher, how he's coming into his own. He has improved his power game, and then with the ball also he took an important wicket of Prabhsimran Singh. With the ball again, Pat Cummins taking the owners. Obviously, the opening partnership of Punjab Kings have been doing extremely well in the season so far. Pat Cummins taking the new ball, setting up Priyansh Arya beautifully. The direction of the bouncer, the length, everything was perfect. The line, importantly, the bouncers. It is more about the line, especially to batters like Priyansh Arya. The way he set up Priyansh Arya showed the class of the bowler Pat Cummins is, and then the move to use Nitish Kumar Reddy. We were talking about how well Ishan Kishan has used him as a bowler today. Again, starting giving Nitish Kumar Reddy the new ball was a good move. It paid off. Prabhsimran Singh, an informed batter, getting out early, and then obviously Ishan Malinga to bring Ishan Malinga as a first change bowler. They have Pat Cummins had so many options. He could have brought in an Harsh Dubey, Saqib Hussain, but he went with the most informed pacer of SRH, Ishan Malinga. Ishan Malinga removed Shreyas Iyer, and the match was, I think, pretty much done in the power play itself when the three most informed batters of Punjab Kings got out. And from there, it was all about Cooper Conley. Obviously, we people will talk about him, his century, but his century went in vain, and that is something that won't please Punjab Kings first, but. I think Cooper Conley played a beautiful innings. It's just he ran out of partners, and that was it. But pretty good knock from him. Very calculated, very well paced innings. Again, he also got opportunities. He also rode on his luck. He was also dropped, but he was the only lone fighter for Punjab Kings. But I think it was a comprehensive bowling performance from SRH. Spinners also chipped in. Saqib Hussain coming along nicely well. Shivang Kumar getting the important wicket of Marcus Stoinis when he was looking dangerous. So all in all, a very good game. I'll start with Bharat. Bharat, what do you make of the total that SRH posted? Obviously, batting first, we were talking about how SRH can outbat Punjab Kings. Although Punjab Kings wanted to bowl first, they won the toss. They bowled first, and even Pat Cummins said at the toss that he also wanted to bowl first. But I think after the match is done, I think he would be pleased that they batted first on this wicket.
Yeah, see, SRH have that kind of a batting lineup where they can get that above par score. That was definitely an above par score in those conditions because I don't think it was a road or a motorway. Yes, it was the conditions were good for batting, but the occasional delivery was still holding up a little bit. In that sense, 230 odd if he gets, then I think you should win the match. SPBKS dropped 3 catches. That didn't help their cause. I think they have dropped already 8 catches of Yuzvendra Chahal himself in this IPL, and that itself tells a story about the kind of number of catches that they have dropped. So yes, it was a very good performance from SRH. The batters set it up. Someone like Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head gave them the start, and then yes, Ishan Kishan, Heinrich Klaassen got those runs. Someone like I think Ishan Kishan at present, at least over the last some months, I don't think he has put a foot wrong. And Klaassen also has been scoring runs for SRH. And then obviously, yes, Pat Cummins led from the front. Very good performance from him. I think he was bowling at 147 kilometers per hour. One of those deliveries that tells you that he's a man who basically, when he's leading, he's someone who leads from the front, be it with the bat in hand, even with the bat in hand, or with the bat, or for the matter, ball in hand, and when he's fielding as well. So he's always up there for a challenge. And when someone like Pat Cummins is around, I think it definitely helps because he kind of motivates the side, lifts the side with his performance on the field. So yes, it was a very all-round performance, as I noted at the start of the pre-match show, that I think SRH looked like a slightly better balanced side of these two, and finally it proved that way. And as you noted, SRH in the end would be happy that they won the toss. Oh, sorry, they batted first. That they got a chance to bat first, because I think this track was holding up a little bit. That's just my opinion. And 239 or whatever was definitely an above par score in those conditions.
Sneshish Bharat talked about wicket holding up a bit, and in the pre-match also we were talking about the pitch report that came out of the game before the game. It was like the pitch is slightly on the dry side, and after the power play, the spinners, the variations from the pacers will come into play, and that's exactly what happened. It's just Punjab Kings didn't take their chances in the field. I don't know whether it's a Shashank Singh effect or what, because whenever he comes in, all of sudden, not just him, all the other the energy surrounds the other fielders as well, and you see a lot of one or two catches is still understandable. If you are dropping more than three catches, then it's a problem. It's a problem for the team management as well, because this is that stage of the tournament where teams would like to make less errors. Obviously you cannot nullify the errors, but you can make less mistakes. But for Punjab Kings, the fielding lapses have been very costly, especially on a day when your top order collapses. Top order in the sense of your top three batters in Prab, Simran Singh, Priyansh Arya and Shreyas Iyer, then you get in a sort of trouble. Despite somebody like Cooper Conley scoring a century, your team loses. It's just because you gave 15, 20, maybe 25 runs extra with the ball. It could have been a chaseable target, but it's just that you gave too many totals. So do you think it's hurting Punjab Kings a lot, and if it continues it could hurt them, their chances of winning the final, lifting the trophy as well?
Yes, absolutely. And see, the team that started so well, in 6 games they were unbeaten, 5 wins, one that, washed out because of rain in Kolkata. But then now I think this is their third loss, if I'm not wrong, right? This is their third loss of the tournament. And and see, I think at this stage of the tournament, you cannot drop these chances. And most of the chances are not that kind of tough also that you can say, okay, it was a very tough chance, the fielder tried their best and they didn't hold that. I think it was very catchable chances, and they should have caught those. Otherwise, see what happened. Those important runs that scored by Ishan Kishan, Henrik Klassen took the game away from them. And with SRH, I think this is the typical SRH template. Just go out, bat out the opposition, put out a mammoth total, and despite your bowlers conceding 210, 220, you will end up winning the games like 20, 30 runs. This is a typical SRH template. So I think that happened only. And as you mentioned that in the pitch there, as Bharat also mentioned that the ball was a little holding up and all. I think they could have bowled a bit well. Obviously, they could have done well. But again, when your bowler creating chances like Chahal creating chances as well, but if the fielders are not supporting, that will never help the team. And I think for the last 1.5 week, I think they have been very sloppy in the field. And this, I think, sloppy fielding has been one of the main reasons behind their recent losses and the loss of the momentum. Now they have completely lost the momentum. One loss here and there, you have that momentum in your side, you can regain that. But now third loss in a short span of time, I think it will definitely affect them, and their momentum is gone now. Now they have to start refresh, right? For if they really want to be there strongly as a strong contender for that playoff race, and obviously for that as title favorites, now they start refreshing. I think at this stage of the moment you cannot make such mistakes, otherwise it will definitely affect you as a team, and it can affect your chances going into the final.
Definitely, three losses on the bounce at this stage of the tournament is something no team can afford. Wherever, it doesn't matter wherever you stand in the points table, I think it will hurt your chances of qualification, because we have seen some crazy things happening, especially in the last two seasons. I always in every show, I always give the example of Delhi Capitals, how they plundered the last season. They slipped from top to fifth position and they could not qualify. So every team should take a note of that. You have to keep the momentum going cannot afford to get that complacency factor in their team. I think Punjab Kings, I won't say they are complacent, but the way they are fielding definitely it proves that obviously batting, bowling still you can manage, but fielding is something you cannot afford. But Sharjani, I would like to talk about the Punjab Kings bowling, because another day pacers leaking a lot of runs. None of the pacers, were economical. Everybody leaked at more than 10 runs per over. The only bowler who was economical was Yuzvendra Chahal. Another, he also off his bowling he got. There were there are a couple of drops as well. So Yuzvendra, apart from Yuzvendra Chahal, as we were discussing the pre-match as well, that fast bowling group of this team is becoming an issue. You see a Marco Jansen, he opened the bowling today but leaked 61 runs in his 4 over. Arshdeep Singh took a wicket but 43 runs again, leaking a lot of runs as a leader of this pace attack. And then you have a Lockie Ferguson coming in. Lockie Ferguson obviously got the important wicket of Abhishek Sharma when Abhishek Sharma looked like he's already set. I think he drew the first blood, but after that he also leaked runs. And then comes the Vijay Kumar Veshak debate. That is Vijay Kumar Veshak, how many more games you would like to give to him, because last 5 games only 3 wickets, three on 3 occasions he has went wicketless. Today again he got 1 wicket but leaked 54 runs. Again 54 runs, if you are scoring half century as a bowler every second or third game, this is something you cannot afford as a team. So time to look beyond Vijay Kumar Veshak, do some changes in the bowling group. Is it that time for Punjab Kings?
I mean, Vijay Kumar Yashak did take a wicket, but what we have to keep in mind is that he took the wicket in the last ball where Henry Klassen was there and he just tried to hit an inside-out shot. It was the last ball of the first innings. So I would not really, congratulate him over the wicket, and I wouldn't say that it was a great wicket because we all know that it was Klassen who was just trying to hit it all out of the park. So he just hit the shot, he did not time it properly. So it was not like that he bowled excellently. It's just that the conditions demanded Klassen to go out there and hit. That is why Vijay Kumar Yashak got the wicket. But point being is that, yeah, definitely, I think Punjab Kings are a team that, do not make many changes often. But considering the fact that Arshdeep Singh is not in great form, I mean, we have seen Arshdeep Singh perform better. I mean, today he was economic. I mean, 10 runs per over he gave, which was fine. But again, his line and lengths are missing. This is not the Arshdeep Singh that we've seen throughout the years. The death over especially, and then even in the power play, this is not the Arshdeep Singh that we've seen. I mean, yeah, definitely during the World Cup and before in the bilateral series also, Arshdeep Singh had this issue of bowling wide balls and he was leaking some runs. But this IPL has just made this issue larger and bigger, and his form is now more prominent. And I think we have to talk about Arshdeep Singh's form definitely, but Marco Jansen also. He also leaked a lot of runs, 61 runs. I think it is not okay. I mean, Lockie Ferguson, Weber, we were talking about this as well, and we had this conversation whether Bartlett should come in on Ferguson. I would still say that it is Xavier Bartlett who should come in place of Lockie Ferguson, because definitely, in the 2 matches that he has played, Ferguson is not performing. But again, if you draw a contrast between both the teams, what we have to keep in mind is that Sunrisers have someone like a Pat Cummins and Nitish Kumar Reddy. Nitish Kumar Reddy definitely got 2 overs, but those 2 overs were economical, and he did not, his line and lengths were accurate. He was precise to the point, and I think execution was perfect from Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yes, there was no dew in the second innings, but I think the bowling unit of Punjab is right now a very big concern. Yuzvendra Chahal, definitely he was the only hope today. Apart from that, fielding was miserable. I think the batting also was not up to the mark because the top order completely collapsed. Pat Cummins came in and the first over he took the wicket. So, I mean, overall, Cooper Connolly was the only one who was out there fighting, because apart from that, he could not even build partnerships with the other batters. He was the only one who was at the crease constantly. The other batters came in, but the partnership was missing. So I think things are not in the favor of Punjab. And once in a live show, Shamik had mentioned that maybe they have reached the peak too early, and I think that is the case now.
Punjab Kings fans would be hoping that it is not the case, obviously, because 3 losses on that bounce, they are still in a good position to qualify. But obviously, if you keep on losing and it becomes a habit, and if you are making basic errors like fielding errors, it won't help your cause. But Bharat, Sharjani mentioned about execution of the bowlers. Somebody like Nitish Kumar Reddy, not a proper bowler, he's an all-rounder, coming in bowling the first spell with the new ball, leaking, only 11 runs, taking one wicket, and that too an important wicket of Prabhsimran Singh. This game is about execution. It doesn't go with the reputation. Otherwise, Arshdeep Singh, Marco Hansen, two of the finest new ball bowlers. If you look at their records in the last 2 3 years, wherever they have played white ball cricket with the new ball, they have taken wickets. But this season, it has been a concern. We were talking about this, that you change the bowling partner of Arshdeep Singh, whether it's Xavier Bartlett, whether it's Lockie Ferguson. Today it was Marco Hansen. Things are not changing for Punjab Kings, and power play bowling has been a big concern. If you're not starting well, there are less chances that we are able to pull things back in the middle or death overs. So you have to start well. Where do you think it's going wrong? It's the bowling combination. Do you think there has to be a change there? Marco Hansen, Arshdeep Singh, there has to be something else that he can do. Maybe bring in a Xavier Bartlett, like Shorjani was mentioning, or they have to do something else. They have to execute better.
No, I don't rate Xavier Bartlett, so there's no way I will bring him back. He's just bowling 125 kilometers per hour. He's taken 7 wickets at 67 average in this IPL. So I won't bring him back, I think. But I would also say this about Marco Jansen. Maybe he's putting the ball out there, just putting the ball out there. That's not exactly a good sign. Because he's a better bowler than that. Maybe it is because of mental fatigue. He's been playing a lot of cricket in the recent past, not just one format, but across formats as well. So maybe that is the case why Marco Jansen looks a little bit listless in this IPL compared to his recent performances. But I would still back him, whoever it is, I would back him over someone like Xavier Bartlett at present. But yes, Harshdeep Singh also, Saban, I think, is going through that kind of a phase where he's struggling a little bit in terms of maybe he's also having that kind of mental fatigue. That could be one of the reasons. Because he's also not finding that kind of swing that you expect him to do with a new ball. At least in the first 2 overs, you would see him getting a little bit of swing. And for some reason, even in the past, Harshdeep Singh seems to be like someone who's much better, who bowls much better when he plays for the Indian team when compared to when he plays for PBKS. I'm not very sure what exactly is the reason. But yes, they have to do better with the new ball because power play is very, very important. I actually thought Lockie Ferguson bowled reasonably well considering how others bowled today, as a catch went down of him as well. But you can't do much when your new ball bowlers are not doing well and you come in as first change. I think if you go for 40 runs in 4 overs in that kind of a situation, which Lockie Ferguson did, I think it is good enough. But yes, BBKs have to look at the seam attack. I don't know who would they bring in. Maybe it's Yash Thakur or on those lines, but even he's not someone I look at him as some kind of Prince Yadav type bowler or Mohsin Khan type of bowler. I don't think he's at that level. He's a decent bowler. So BBKs don't have much going for them in that sense. I think they have to just keep backing this current attack and hope that they will take their catches, especially of poor Yuzvendra Chahal. I think he's created 16 chances, taken maybe 8 wickets, and 8 of them have been dropped. So it's really going against him. So they have to first of all take their chances. Yes, they have to bowl better with the new ball, especially someone like Marco Jansen. I think it's just putting the ball out there, which is never a great sign, especially for a bowler of his caliber. So yes, they have to do much better. They have to execute better. I think they have to do better skill-wise as well, because I think somewhere Marco Jansen is not bowling at his real level.
Definitely, it's been a concern whether it's Arshdeep's form, Marco Jansen again leaking 61 runs. We were talking about 50 being the danger mark for the bowlers, and leaking 61. I think Xavier Bartlett also leaked 69 or 68 runs in one of the matches. I think it was against Rajasthan Royals, if I'm not wrong. So, or against Delhi Capitals. So clearly the pace department of Punjab Kings looks down and out, but one thing that is clearly clicking and firing for SRH has been their batting order, whether it's the openers, middle order, everything coming along nicely. We were talking about Nitish Kumar Reddy, how well he has, taken the role of the finisher. But Sneshish, openers firing. We were talking about Travis Head's form being the only concern. Travis Head finding the form in Wankhede Stadium today as well, striking at 200 plus. Inside 4 overs, the openers again getting to 50-run partnership, and then Ishan Kishan carrying. And Ishan Kishan, what I like today, he was not trying to force shots. He was not trying to manufacture shots even when he was struggling. He was struggling at the start. Heinrich Klaasen took the pressure. He scored the boundaries, and then he took the time, and then he scored half centuries. I think Ishan Kishan also played a very mature knock in the last couple of games. He was trying to, go hard at the top, very hard at the top, and in that case, he was losing his wicket in that process. But now today, it was overall a perfect day for the batting group. 30s from the openers, then half century from your number three, another half century from Heinrich Klaasen, who doesn't play international cricket, but he's striking the ball really well. I remember that interview that he gave to the broadcaster where he was asked about his strike rate, that your strike rate is 140s, between 140 to 150, and it is unlike Heinrich Klaasen, is what we have seen striking at 170. But since that interview, if you look at Heinrich Klaasen's strike rate, he is striking at 160. So he has taken it on himself. And now if I'm taking the match deep. Obviously, he got a chance as well. He got a reprieve, but he took the deep. I think he batted for almost 14 overs, and that's what you have to do as a senior batter. When Ishan Kishan got out, he took the responsibility. Nitish Kumar Reddy playing the role of the finisher. So overall, SRH batting coming along nicely. People understanding their roles and playing to their potential and filling their responsibilities.
Yes, absolutely. I think excellent batting performance, especially as you said, the openers again did the job. That the job for the openers in modern T20s is give those blistering starts, and it did that. 50 plus partnership within first 4 overs, and the platform is set for the upcoming batters. And what kind of batters you have, lineup following the openers? You have Ishan Kishan, you have Henrik Klaasen, and all are in form. Though Ishan Kishan didn't look that good in last few games, but again, I think today he made a solid comeback. Although one drop catch, I think Connolly should have caught that. But again, he took that advantage, took that that lifeline and scored those important runs. I think Henrik Klaasen, excellent. What a campaign he is having as a batter. If I was in the South African board, I would have already called him, and or maybe 500 or 600 missed calls on his phone that please reverse the retirement call. We need you for the 2027 ODI World Cup. I think one Henrik Klaasen could really change the South African batting lineup more, going forward. But I don't see that thing happening. I think he has been asked about that, and he has told that this is not going to happen. But what a form he has been showing, because when you don't play international cricket that much, it is very difficult for any kind of a player to come in and play in a tournament like IPL and scoring runs in a consistent manner. But he is doing that so flawlessly, scoring runs at a fantastic average, and also at such high strike rate. The impact has been phenomenal. I think that is Henrik Klaasen, that we all know, and I think he is doing fabulous job for SRH, leading from the front as a senior player. What I'm trying to say, and then obviously Nitish Kumar Reddy. I think this is one of the best season of Nitish Kumar Reddy so far, I think, in terms of IPL and in terms of all-round contribution. I think not only with the bat, the cameos and everything is there, but with the ball, I think he has been superb. I think Bharat has talked several times on that. Stefan Jones, the man who has worked with him, the pace has improved. I think the execution, the planning, the clarity is there. What kind of planning that he should execute against a particular batter. I think he is looking very much, in control in terms of line and length. Also, I think today also in this pitch, when you are bowling against a PBKS batting lineup, you are considering with the new ball only 11 runs in 2 overs. Also a big wicket of, I think, Prop Simran Singh, right? If I'm not wrong, I think Prop Simran. So I think excellent bowling. So overall, I think, as I mentioned, that's a typical SRH template. All the batters are clicking. It is good for them. But again, I would be more happy to see the bowling unit doing a little more better job. But I think again Shakib Hussain, I think, excellent. I think first over he went for 17 runs. Then in the next 3 overs he conceded only 23 runs and 1 wicket also. So I think excellent comeback. Esan Malinga, I think superb campaign so far. I think he has been tremendous with the ball. Esan Malinga, and obviously Pat Cummins. I didn't expect Pat Cummins to be that good. I think when he bowled that good in the first game, I thought, okay, it's the first match. He has made comeback. It's okay. The batters maybe struggled against him. but he somehow maintained that consistency. Again, today I think he bowled well. I think he has improved in his line and length, because if you see in the last few years in T20 format, there has been always that talk that maybe if Pat Cummins would not been the captain of Australia, there were so many instances that he could have been dropped because of the form, because the other options, other pace options Australia also have. But I think he has improved in his T20 game, especially as a bowler, and it is showing in every game. So overall, everything is clicking. That is why they are, with the current momentum, they are at the top, and hopefully they can continue this momentum going forward. But I think the light is gone again. I think in Vaibhav's place, maybe.
I think, yeah, I think he's having some issues. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, even Bharat is not here. I think Bharat is also having internet
Yes.
issues. Yeah, Bharat is here now. Um, yeah, I'll just take over the hosting.
Yes.
Bharat, I was just wanting to ask you that we've talked a lot about the drop catches. We have, we were talking about the bowling lineup and all of that. But do you feel that Marcus Stoinis or someone like a Surya and they could have played a better innings today? I mean, definitely they were out there. They were definitely trying to score runs. Marcus Stoinis, I think, played a crucial role with those 28 runs from 14 balls. But what do you think exactly went missing for Punjab Super Kings?
Yeah, they
Punjab
could have
Kings.
done. Yeah, they could have done better, but I guess if you lose 2, 3 wickets up front, then it definitely puts pressure on the other batters. I think power play is always important, and if you're losing wickets in the power play overs, then it I think becomes really difficult for the middle order batters, those batters coming afterwards, to kind of ramp up the strike rates and chase down a target like 240. Yes, it is true that Stoinis struggles a little bit against Spain, and he could have maybe gone on to play bigger knock. But having said that, I think PBKS. I just got it wrong there. PBKS, I think, got it wrong somewhere at the top itself, because if you lose 2, 3 wickets up front, then it becomes very difficult for you to chase on a target like 240.
Sorry, my internet went off, but I'm back again. But Sharjini, let's talk about a bit about Cooper Conley's innings. Again, obviously 100 in a losing cause. And how many hundreds already we have seen? Whether it's Vaibhav Suryavanshi, how many batters have scored hundreds? Sai Sudarshan, but they have gone in losing cause. Another 100, and it's another left-hander. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Sai Sudarshan, another left-hander. I think it's a curse on left-handers that this year it's been more occasions the Centurions losing contributing losing causes a very rare occurrence in a T20 game, but he showed character, he showed grit and determination, he soaked in the pressure, although he ran out of partners, but he showed his class, and played a perfect T20 innings is what you could have asked for from your number 3. I think he was superb.
Definitely. I mean, he was a lone warrior today out there, like I mentioned in my previous answer as well. He was out there all alone trying to fight, because usually the template that Punjab Kings follow is that Priyan Sharia and Prabhsimran Singh, they go out there and they score maximum runs. And then Cooper Connolly also comes in and plays a supporting role. And definitely Cooper Connolly in the previous matches has definitely scored runs, and I think he has stood up for Punjab. But today when he came into bat, it was a little special. The way he was batting was extraordinary, because he started a bit cautious. He missed a few early deliveries, and he was struggling a little against the change that was being made in the pace. But again, that boundary of Pat Cummins and that 6 on a free hit, if I'm not wrong, I think that is something that shifted the momentum. And then those back-to-back fours of Ishan Malinga, that was also brilliant. And then Harsh Dubey also he targeted. So he was playing cautiously, but again, he was very aware of what was happening, and he knew what the situation demanded. There was this one missed catch, I think Hussain dropped him. But then Connolly out there, he was just trying to do what he was asked to. He was just slogging because that was required. He had to go out there and slog because the run rate was so high. Everybody was trying to go out there and score runs, but they were just somehow not clicking. And I think Cooper Connolly today, he was the only one who clicked, and he was the only one who stayed at the crease. He looked a little confident. He showed intent, and he was aggressive as well. And the 50 that he reached, it was very controlled. He had mixed signals. I mean, he took a lot of signals and sorry, it's just a tongue twister. Instead of saying singles, it's coming off as signals continuously. I apologize. So he took a lot of singles, and then then he started hitting. So I think he did a good job today. And before I conclude my answer, I would say that it's singles and not signals. I just confidently went out and said signals instead of saying singles. So I apologize for that.
No worries. It is that time of the night where generally people go to bed and you know they put all the body parts to the rest. That's why obviously it was a tough
No, Vaibhav. I think
timing.
because of the dropped catches, my brain, it has just shut off. I mean, it's
You
brain
have
fade
seen
because I've seen such brilliant fielding today on the field. I think that is the sole reason.
slippery hands there on the field and slippery tongue here on the camera. So it was a that kind of day. But I think SRH now looking like a team to beat. Obviously they didn't start well, but credit to Ishan Kishan. What team he had in hands. That was very less inexperienced. There was no Pat Cummins, uncapped pacers, Praful Linge, Shakib Hussain, Harsh Dubey, and then Shivang Kumar, all four uncapped bowlers. Only capped bowler was Harshal Patel, and David Penn got injured. Start was not good, but to win 4 matches out of 7 matches was good start as a captain for Ishan Kishan. And I think from there, Pat Cummins took over, and now this team is looking like a very balanced unit. Ishan Malinga is growing as a bowler. His stature is growing day by day. Bharat mentioned this in the pre-match as well that for some reason these Sri Lankan bowlers they do well in franchisee leagues, but they don't tend to do well in IPL. There was a Sri Lankan legend named Lasith Malinga who used to do well everywhere, whether it's for Sri Lanka, Mumbai Indians used to do well everywhere, but it has not been the case. But Ishan Malinga has been a revelation for SRH. Last year he was brilliant, and that's why he was retained. This year, the way he's been bowling, I think Pat Cummins has seen something in Ishan Malinga. That's why he has so much of confidence in Ishan Malinga. Gets the contrast swing, has good variations, can operate at a high pace as well. So can mix up his lines really well. He's a very smart bowler. So Ishan Malinga has been very less talked about when it comes to SRH. Obviously, the focus has always been on the batting, but I think Ishan Malinga has played the role of the unsung hero, and that has been the case. But I think now SRH is looking like a unit to beat, and this is as Punjab Kings will have to find the winning way very soon, or else they could be on the same path as Delhi Capitals last season. But yes, they are still in very much in good position to qualify. Just have to get one win. I think one will give them confidence, and obviously they'll have to make sure that they don't drop catches in the coming games. That's what they will look to do. And on that note, we will end the show. Thanks, Bharat. Thanks, Neshish and Shorjani for joining. And we'll be back soon tomorrow. Thank you.